So if you're planning to come to study nursing in the university, or you're already a nurse and you just want to come through direct entry and you want to like know an estimate of how much you would be spending to study nursing in the university, this video is for you. So please watch to the end. Okay, now I know that the cost for studying any course in Nigeria varies. So is it a federal university you want to go to, or a state university, or a school of nursing? That is why I'm going to give you a breakdown of what I spent in my own university. I'm going to be telling you my university, what I spent, and everything they demanded from us. I'm sure it's going to be similar with other schools. So it's there for you to make your own research on those particular schools that you want, okay? By the way, School of Nursing right now is no longer 3 years. School of Nursing now is 4 years, where you graduate with a HND. For my school is a state university in Kaduna in the north. And we know that schools in the north are generally slightly cheaper than schools in the south or in the east or wherever in Nigeria. So my school as a state university, I'll say it's kind of expensive, because it wasn't like that until shortly when they just hiked the school fees, like from less than 50,000 naira, the school fee just hiked to over 250,000 naira. So for indigens, I'm an indigene of this state, so I paid 250,000 naira for tuition, school fees. It doesn't cover everything, just school fees is 250,000 naira. Okay, for federal universities it's cheaper, we know. For state universities are quite more expensive, so it depends on where you want to school. So for my school is 250,000 for indigens. For non-indigens, they pay 300,000 naira. After you've paid your school fees, there are other little charges. When I came for my registration, there are other little charges that you are going to pay for, such as you're going to pay for ID card, that's school ID card. You're going to pay for all these student association dues. So for ID card, we paid together with GST, which is General Studies course. There are some novels or some books that are supposed to be given to us, so we paid 5,000 naira for that. Then for the association dues, it's usually not more than 1,500 naira or 1,000 naira. Okay, after paying for those things, remember you are coming to study nursing, so it means you are going to be doing a lot of lab work, a lot of practicals. So you are going to pay for your lab materials, and lab materials is not part of the school fees in my school. In the school which you are going to, like I said, it varies. It can be part of your school fees, it can be separately. But for my school, after paying school fees, we paid for lab materials, which is just the lab manuals and report books, and we paid 13, I can't remember, but it was less than 13,000 naira. However, if you're coming through direct entry, you don't need to do all those things, so you're most likely not going to pay for that. The only thing you'll pay for is the anatomy lab material, so both the report book and the practical manual, which was less than 5,000 naira. Okay, now after paying for that, you are going to pay for lab coat. You have to get a lab coat. So for lab coat, I think we paid 3,500 naira. You need to buy dissection kit that has all the tools that you're going to use for dissection. Yes, in the university while studying nursing, you are going to do dissection. So if you think that it's only doctors or medical students that will do dissection, no, you have to get used to dissecting a cadaver. That's just like a dead body that's preserved for practicals. You will dissect it. As medical students are finishing their dissection, you are coming to do your own dissection. So I don't know for School of Nursing, even though School of Nursing has really changed, I don't know if School of Nursing do dissection now, which I think they should do. And my dissection kit was just 6,000. Here, like everything in the north is quite cheap, so I don't know how it will be wherever you are. Another thing again you need to get is textbooks. So there are textbooks that you need to get, even though I did not get all of them, because I don't know, my department, my school, the anatomy departments were quite lenient. Even though there are days that they will just drive you, like when you come without your textbook, they will just drive you out of the anatomy lab, and you're going to miss it. And trust me, you don't want to be missing your lab practicals. So in order for you to be safe, just get your textbook. There's a textbook we used this semester for dissection, Cunningham. We're also going to use it next semester, Cunningham. There are different Cunninghams for different practicals. So for the one we used, I checked it. I didn't get it, but I checked it, and for people that bought it, it was roughly around between 15,000-17,000 naira. Okay, so now another thing you're going to be spending money on is a scrub. So from this 200 level, if you did not know, maybe in my next video or my subsequent videos, I'm going to be explaining all the things that you're supposed to know to do when you're coming to nursing school. Okay, so in 200 level, towards the end of second semester, we don't have breaks. That's one thing. in short, they're already ringing it in our heads. Our seniors are telling us right now, we don't have break in nursing school. So while other people are on break, we will be in the hospital doing our clinicals. So when people are resuming, we're resuming with them. 300 level like that next holiday. So we don't have breaks. In nursing school, there is no break. The only break you have is 100 level. So I advise you to utilize your 100 level. Hey, utilize your 100 level very well. You don't have breaks. 200 level, you are going to see shaggy. Then as nursing students, you have to dress corporate. You have to always wear cover shoes, especially when you are going to the lab. During dissection, anything can easily just fall on your leg, and you would not want a situation where the blade you've used to dissect a dead body will not fall and injure you. So you have to wear that, and you have to wear lab coats almost every time to class, either for lectures or for tests. We barely do not wear lab coats for tests. We always wear lab coats for tests. In short, by 300 level, we are always going to be wearing lab coats, even during exams. So you want to get at least 2 lab coats so that, you know, you can wear this one today, wear that one tomorrow, or use one for dissection and one for classes. Okay, most people wear Crocs. So you know how Crocs can be expensive if you want to get a good Crocs. For Muslims, your dress code also matters. In my school, I don't know for your school, hijab is allowed, as far as you're not covering, you know, wearing the niqab, covering that cover, that niqab is not allowed in my school. It's not allowed, but you're allowed to wear your hijab. And if you're wearing your hijab, it has to be, you know, well decent. Like if it's short, then you have to wear something longer inside. So for the guys, you know, you have to wear your tie, you have to wear your corporate shirt, you have to wear your corporate shoes. Basically just dress corporate. Okay, then another thing again, you are going to be spending money on, which is dependent on your university, is college fee. So we are kind of like part of College of Medicine, but we are allied health. So there's a fee they call college fee, where they made almost everybody pay, like pharmacy, nursing, MLS, physiotherapy, radiography, medicine, MBBS. Everybody was made to pay that money, even though we kind of knew that we were being exploited. So people like me that already have, you know, we are well rooted in the university. If you didn't know, I've studied microbiology before in that same university. So then I came back like maybe 3 years, 4 years later to come and start nursing again. So I already knew. So I didn't really take it serious because we already felt exploited from the school fees that we're paying. Why should we be made to pay extra 30,000 naira, making it like 280,000 naira, and this doesn't cover all the little money that they've been collecting from us? So some people paid while some people didn't pay. And then when the new governor came, there was a review in our school fees, and it was kind of reduced. So they didn't reduce our school fees, but they asked people to stop paying that college fee. So I don't know, for university, they may be asking you to pay college fee for any. They can ask you to pay anything. Okay, they can ask you to pay anything. So put that also into consideration. Don't think that you are coming to study nursing and once you pay your school fees, shikena. That is not, it's not shikena. Okay, now another thing that you should consider against accommodation. My school accommodation is in the hostel. It can be expensive, but I think the least accommodation, the least amount of money they pay for hostel in my school is 60,000-70,000 naira is the least, and those are for hostels that are not too, you know, they're not too fine like that. But the newly built hostels are 100k and above. And now, like I said, it depends on your school. If you want to spend less, go to a federal university. So for me, this is all what I spent yearly from 100 level to 200 level. This one, and even 300 level. 300 level, we are going to start clinical. So definitely, maybe there might be little charges incurred on that, but not really. So by 400 to 500 level, where we start to write, you know, some professional exams, we may be asked to pay for some certain fees, some certain exam fees. Also, we might even be buying some nursing textbooks. Like right now in 200 level, they've started to introduce some textbooks for us, textbooks that nurses have written, you know, about nursing ethics, about nursing procedures, different things, textbooks that will just guide you, that will help you. So basically, that's it. That's what I spend for now. If there is going to be anything else that will change in the course of my study in nursing school, I'm going to be bringing that update here. So I hope anybody watching this video that is not yet in nursing school be convinced to come and study nursing. Please kindly subscribe if this video was helpful, and if you want to still continue getting information about nursing and my lifestyle as a nursing student, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.